Greetings goers of YouTube, just call me Dr. Storm. So today's video is going to be a shorter one than what I typically make, but I really just wanted to talk about this show even though only less than 4 minutes of footage for it exists at this point in time. Politics are a subject very grating to talk about and very difficult to avoid, and many of us fall to entertainment in order to escape them, whether that entertainment be a movie, a video game, or even a TV show. Unfortunately, many people in recent years have also been falling to entertainment to use it as a mouthpiece for their own beliefs and ideologies. While this has primarily been practiced by the left wing in the past decade, now the right wing is starting to play the same game. And they're just as, if not more, insufferable than the left at it somehow. You've probably already seen Saberspark, LS Mark, or some other YouTuber with far more notoriety than me talk about Mr. Burcham on the Daily Wire, a show explicitly created to trigger the libs and promote good old-fashioned conservative values. Except everyone on both sides hates the show to the point where they say it's worse than even fucking Velma, and once you see more past much of the promotional material, the relatable right-wing characters are just noticeably less likable than the left-wing stereotypes you're supposed to hate. Also, they play Mr. Burcham having repressed homosexual thoughts with the woke stereotype character as a joke for some reason. I don't know, that's just what I get from what I've seen and from what I've heard about it. I don't really feel like giving this nerd my lunch money just to give a proper Mr. Burcham review. Besides, we're not here to talk about Mr. Burcham today, no, we're here to talk about another anti-woke cartoon that people are saying is so bad it looks like a spoof made specifically to mock shows like Mr. Burcham. Gather around, dear viewers, cause Dr. Storm gonna teach you about the new norm. I fucking see you hovering over the unsubscribe button. Look, I promise I will never make that joke again, okay? Okay. The New Norm is the first ever animated sitcom on Twitter, I am still not calling it X, and it was first teased back in March with this thing.
When you wrote true, were you referring to this or this?
Both.
It's because of him that millions saw my post, including the mother of my child.
What does my children say?
And just this past week, the official account for The New Norm posted a mini pilot of the series while calling it the South Park of Twitter and making a call to legalize humor. And almost everybody I've seen on this site is saying that it's failed miserably at both of these goals. Well, now that I've filled you with a sense of dread, let's just jump into it, shall we?
What's that?
Progress. It's the new norm.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm.
I'm the old Norm. I want normal beer.
Okay, so we're only like 20 seconds in, but I already have to start breaking shit down. First off, the laugh track. I know cartoons like Scooby-Doo and other Hanna-Barbera properties had it, but there's at least a charm to it considering the time those shows were made in. Here, the laugh track is just unnecessary and makes it even harder to take any genuine points the show is trying to make seriously. And considering this is an anti-woke cartoon, you know they're trying to make a lot of biting satire about the modern world and stick it to the woke. Second, this is our first impression of Norm, the protagonist, and they choose to introduce him to us by having him get disgusted over the mere fact that a beer can has a rainbow on it, even though said rainbow has no impact on the taste of the drink itself. As a Monster Hunter player, I'll have you know, Norm, that decking yourself out in all colors of the rainbow is the mark of true accomplishment. Not that I personally am worthy of that mark, but others are.
Warning, warning, perimeter reached.
Ugh. It's your fault I got house arrest.
You're the one who threatened the school board.
I gently suggested
Yelled.
they stop brainwashing my daughter that girls aren't girls and men aren't men.
Sometimes they're neither, or both, or furry and dressed like dogs.
Ow!
Okay, we're 2 for 2 on bad first impressions for Norm. Blaming his daughter for being put on house arrest and needing to calmly be corrected by his daughter that he disturbed the peace and caused a commotion in a school board meeting over gender identity stuff doesn't make Norm look relatable or sympathetic. It just makes him look like an unhinged, bigoted dickhead while making the daughter look chill even if you don't fully agree with her ideology.
Norm, the judge agreed to conditional parole.
What condition?
Where's my room?
That's
You're
staying here?
Chaz is part of a new government program.
I suppose all the characters standing in a row here is as good a time as any to bring up the animation. It's become a practically universal criticism that all adult animated shows look ugly and stiff these days, and the new norm is no exception. The character designs are also not very appealing to look at, with the limbs especially being bizarre. Norm and his wife's arms are practically double the length of their legs, the daughter's legs are so skinny to the point where they don't look like they should be supporting the rest of her body, and his best friend, who will be entering the room momentarily, has much longer legs than the rest of the cast that look devoid of knees whenever he stands still.
To re-educate homophobic, transphobic, racist...
Charlie, finally, someone normal.
I don't understand. You're black.
Did that just Black Whisper?
You're his friend?
And boss?
It's been said before already, but it's funny how all these anti-woke shows need to have these black best friends who agree with all the same politics as the white main characters to passive-aggressively say, see, we're not racist.
I'm allergic to dogs.
It's okay. Billy is an emotional support dog. And non-binary.
Oh, okay then. Good dog.
I come here to get away from woke.
So yeah, you've probably already noticed by now, but the show pretty much has just one joke, and it's woke bad, which somehow manages to be lamer than excessive swearing, sex, and shock humor seen in many other below-average adult cartoons. How exactly are we supposed to legalize comedy if you aren't producing any for us to pass into legislation?
Trouble at home?
Oh, my boy, or whatever it calls themselves now, is thinking about transitioning.
Reggie?
Try Regina.
Transitioning to what?
Hopefully not a Jets fan.
Well, holy shit, congrats the new Norm, you finally made a decent joke. And all it took was having the punchline be something that wasn't just you passive-aggressively sticking it to people you don't agree with.
Hey, pronoun. This bud's for you.
Offensive.
I can't drink. I'm not 21.
Y'all influenced my boy to cut off his junk, but draw the line at beer?
Again, we are supposed to like the anti-woke characters and find them relatable, right? Because this response from Charlie to someone below the age of 21 responsibly rejecting an alcoholic beverage seems incredibly hostile and prejudiced, even with the context that his son wants to transition.
Can't do this.
Yes, we can.
Find a way to break him. Maybe we can fix the country.
So apparently these people on the phone are caricatures of real-life people. Those people being Rachel Levine, who served as the Assistant Secretary of Public Health and who was an admiral in the U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps, Sam Britton, a former Deputy Assistant Secretary for the Office of Nuclear Energy, and some random guy in the Army with a dog hood who was under investigation for taking pictures with said hood on, but I could only find articles saying he was under investigation and none stating if he was actually punished or not, so I'm assuming it was just a nothing burger. I didn't even know who these figures or their respective organizations were before seeing a quote retweet to the mini pilot, and you most likely didn't even know about their existence before I just told you about them either. So with that being said, it just seems really mean-spirited and, dare I say, even bigoted to select these individuals in particular as a woke council strawman organization. Because you didn't choose to make fun of them for anything bad or dumb they said or did, you're just picking on them seemingly because of what they choose to identify as. Apparently Britain was fired from their job because they committed luggage theft 3 different times, but you didn't even grill them for that. You're just making fun of them for their appearance and for being LGBTQ. You're not being entertaining or satirical by doing this, you're just being assholes to people who most others don't even really know about.
I just want normals. Beer.
You know there'll be jokes.
Well, I certainly hope that will be the case for future episodes, because this mini pilot certainly didn't have many. Also, why did he say there will be jokes in response to Norm getting beer in his face? How does this follow anything in the scene whatsoever? Is he actually talking about the show itself like how I just was?
This is illegal! You can get sued for that!
New norm ain't the same as the old norm. Everything's changing and I don't know when. This woke nightmare will end, thank God for Elon Musk. And his shitpost means X is the home for free speech.
Well, if the AI abomination wasn't enough of a sign that this cartoon wouldn't even have been made without Elon's funding, this certainly is. Also, rich how Twitter is a home for free speech when this absolute pussy privated likes for everyone across the site without their consent recently. Like seriously, has Elon done anything good for Twitter outside of community notes?
I almost forgot. We're going to Disney World.
Make America funny again.
Well, hopefully we can after you just sucked all the funny out of it. Also, Disney is just so fucking easy to mock and ridicule in recent years. How is a D's nuts joke the best thing you could come up with? Like what, this guy suck your dick so much that you not only put his meme in the show, but you also credited him too? So that was the first ever episode, I guess, of the new norm. It's really fucking shit. Ugly animation, unlikable characters, and trying to be funny against Liz, but ending up not being funny and only looking discriminatory as a result. Truly an abhorrent cringe fest. Which is exactly why I'm looking forward to more. The new norm sort of falls into an uncanny valley of comedy. It tries so hard to be funny, but completely fails at being funny, to the point where that unironically makes it one of the funniest goddamn things to witness. Also, go follow the Twitter account for the show. The guy behind it's doing a bang-up job and being a good sport to everyone loving and hating the show. Which kind of makes you wonder more whether or not this is actually trying to satirize anti-woke shows like Mr. Bertram, but whatever. I still got plenty of laughs and a video out of this whole thing. As always, like or dislike depending on what you thought of the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content, and have a good day or night.